Hey, welcome to 8.2. Today we're talking about rates. Yesterday we talked about ratios. Remember, ratio is when you compare two numbers that have the same unit. Well, rates are just slightly different. A rate is used to compare two numbers that have different units. And you're probably very familiar with these. They usually contain the word per. So for example, students per classroom, dollars per hour, miles per gallon, beats per minute. I want you to try and think of at least three other rates that you are familiar with. You might have learned about them in health class or just in everyday life. We use rates all the time. So I want you to think of three different rates that I have not listed here and put them in your notes. Make sure you get this definition, and this part here I've got 3 stars by it, meaning it is important. So rates usually contain the word per. Let's keep going. So sometimes we might have something like this. Which car is traveling faster? Car A has gone 240 miles in the course of 4 hours. Car B has gone 640 miles over the course of 9 hours. Now, it's kind of hard to tell. This one's obviously gone more miles, but he's taken longer to do it as well. Both of these are rates, 240 miles per 4 hours, 640 miles per 9 hours. But it's kind of hard to tell which one is faster than the other. So in order to figure it out, we need something called a unit rate. And this is really important here. You're going to want to make sure you get this down and star it, because it's going to appear in all of your homework, all of your quizzes, and your test. It's going to ask you to find the unit rate of things. And a unit rate is just when you can get that denominator to equal 1. We want to know how many dollars per 1 hour you make. 60 miles per 1 gallon of gas. When we can get that unit rate to equal 1, it's much easier to compare. So let's go back here. And how would I get this to equal 1? I hope you said divide it by 4. So if I can divide both the top and the bottom, because it is still a fraction, divide it by 4, I get 1 on the bottom. I get 1 hour. And 240 divided by 4, well, I know 24 divided by 4 is 6, so I just have an extra 0 there. So I have 60 miles per 1 hour. How about over here? How am I going to get this? Do I want to divide it by 4? No, I want to divide it by 9 this time, right? So divide it by 9, divide the bottom by 9. 9 divided by 9 equals 1 hour. And here labels are very important, otherwise we don't know what our rate is. It's all in the labels. So 640 divided by 9. Well, what do we get when we take 64 divided by 9, or 640 divided by 9? It's not perfect, but I cheated and used my calculator here to let you know that it's 71.1, repeating, miles. So which car is traveling faster? We've got car A is going 60 miles an hour, car B is going 71.1 miles an hour. This one is the faster one. Once we got it to this unit rate, then we can compare the two of them. So a unit rate is just when the denominator equals 1. And again, do not forget to label. Let's keep moving on. We have the International Space Station travels at a rate of 15 miles every second. Wow, every 3 seconds, sorry, that is going fast. 15 miles in 3 seconds. So how long would it take them to travel 150 miles? Essentially, I've got my 15 miles per 3 seconds, and I want to know how long is it going to take to travel 150 miles. This should look kind of familiar to you. It looks like our equivalent fractions, which is exactly what I'm doing. How do you get from 15 to 150? You take it times 10. Take this times 10, and it's going to take 30 seconds to travel 150 miles. Wow, that is going fast. So can we also figure out what the unit rate is here? Remember, unit rate means we want to get that bottom number to equal 1. So I've got 15 miles per 3 seconds. That means I'm going to want to divide both top and bottom by 3. 15 divided by 3 is 5 miles. 3 seconds divided by 3 is 1 second. Whoops. Got a little ahead of myself. So 5 miles per second is the unit rate of that International Space Station. Wow, that's really going fast. So here we have some more equivalent rates here. And we're going to treat it just like we have in the past. Figuring how do I get from 5 to 20? We took it times 4. So if I took the top times 4, I got to take the bottom times 4. 20 pounds per $40. How about here? 6 to 12, 35 to what? 35 miles per 6 hours. How do I get from 6 to 12? I took it times 2. So I take the top times 2 and I get 70 miles in 12 hours. You figure out this one here on the bottom on your own. Look, if we've got a 1 down here, what is this going to be called? It's going to be called the unit rate, I hope you said. And last but not least, here's your challenge question for the day. If 1 inch equals 2.54 centimeters, how many inches in 7.62 centimeters? I'm going to have you try and figure that out on your own. We'll find out for sure in class tomorrow. Have a great night, and good luck with your notes.